Buckle up, football fans, as we are getting into the most exciting round of the 2023 Copa Paulino Alcantara. Keep the legacy. We are now at the knockout stages and starting off in the quarterfinals. First leg of this quarterfinal matchup between Kaya FC-Iloilo and the University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons. My name is Jamer de la Cruz alongside my partner and my dear friend Glenn. How excited are you for this matchup, and what are you expecting for this game, brother?
Well, I'm definitely most excited here because this one will really start the quarterfinals rolling here. And dito natin makikita yung ano nang nangyari after ng short little break nila for the international games. This one could really set the tone, how it starts, how it ends. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, before we get into the starting lineups of both squads, a brief summary of what happened into the group stages as the smoke has cleared. 17 teams have participated in the Copa Paulino Alcantara, and we are down to 8 teams. Let's take a look at the bracket or the knockout stages. Starting off, the pairing of Kaya FC Iloilo, the top team in Group A, pairing up against the second best third place team in the University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons. And then on the other quarterfinal matchup, it's Stallion Laguna FC, who finished first as well in their group, against Maharlika Manila FC, another Philippines Football League participant. And then on the other bracket, it's Cebu FC against Mendiola FC 1991, and then CF Manila, and then Davao Aguilas, UMAC FC. After this game between Kaya and UP, we will have the matchup of Stallion and Maharlika Manila FC. But focusing on the final 8 right now, Glenn, na meron tayo dito sa ating tournament, what can you see and what can you say about the remaining 8 participants in the Copa Paulino Alcantara?
Well, you can definitely see who our favorites would be in the competition. Everybody would have their favorites, but realistically speaking, you can already see who you're expecting to see progress. But like what we always say, football is always just a game that the ball is round and it can happen. It's not played on paper. Alam mo yun? So napakadaming possible na upsets ang pwedeng mangyari dito. And this particular upcoming match that we have here could actually deliver such, because right now, although Kaya has been very dominant in their game, they have been really in control in the driver's seat, and whenever they step out into the pitch, you can expect that something of a massive score would happen. But it's not definitely done until the final whistle, so still something to play for.
This is really exciting, Glenn. Talking about the format of our knockout stages, a two-legged quarterfinals and a two-legged semifinals heading into the final. But now let's take a look into the starting lineup first of Kaya FC Iloilo, who's gunning for their third Copa Paulino Alcantara title. Not much has changed, although it is very important to note that their current top goal scorer in the Copa Paulino Alcantara, Abu C, is on the bench. But Daizo Horikoshi, the third top goal scorer in the league, is also in the starting lineups. He already garnered around 9 assists, if we're not mistaken, in the entire tournament. But focusing on Kaya right now, Glenn, who are we looking at in terms of going to be the player to watch for Kaya?
Well, one of the most key players that I've been seeing here is always we're looking at Harvey Gayoso when it comes to being in front of the goal. You've seen how he has changed the complexion of the game every time he steps in. Right now, he's going to be starting, so it's definitely different from the last time.
Of course, Harvey Gay also scored the lone goal for Kaya FC Iloilo in their AFC Champions League matchup here at home against Shandong Taishan. So he's going to be expected to play up front alongside Daizo Horikoshi and Nano Amita. And of course, the pairing in midfield of Justin Baas and Marvin Angeles is something to look into as well for Kaya FC Iloilo. Tignan naman natin ngayon, Glenn, ang side ng University of the Philippines.
Well, dito sa University of the Philippines, there has been some differences right now comparing to the last time that they had an outing. They are utilizing a different formation this time around. Last time they were using a 4-3-3, and this time around they're using a 3-1-4-2 formation. There's also been some changes in personnel. Particularly, one of the things that caught my attention is one of the Takardon brothers is actually not playing today. On the other hand, his brother, who has not seen much action yet, will be playing in his place. And this kind of formation, it's definitely going to look a bit more offensive here. They are going to stretch this a little bit more than their normal. So I'm really expecting this is going to be a more progressive, more offensive kind of football.
Well, despite missing the services of Francis Tacardon in this game, one player to look out for the University of the Philippines will be their team captain, Mark Tobias. We've seen him play in the midfield, but he's an imposing form up front as well, scoring one of the goals for UP in their matchup against Pilipinas Dragons, if we are not mistaken. And he's going to be expected as well to help out in defense, help out in offense. A box-to-box player, if we can say, for the University of the Philippines. So, the personnel is out here. The sun is not that shining here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. It's been gloomy over the past few days. But when we kick off, we're going to be treated to a very exciting matchup. It's Kaya FC-Iloilo against the University of the Philippines once again in the quarterfinals of your 2023 Copa Paulino Alcantara. We'll be back at kickoff.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let us welcome the teams of Kaya FC-Iloilo and University of the Philippines.
Here we go. Kaya FC-Iloilo and the University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons out on the majestic field that is called the Rizal Memorial Stadium, which has seen plenty of historic moments. We've seen the Philippines win their match here and progress to the Asian Cup. We've seen the Philippine women's team win the AFF Women's Championship out here. But now, Copa Paulino Alcantara is back in its home, which is the Rizal Memorial Stadium. How excited are you in this quarterfinal matchup and the remainder of the tournament that we have, Glenn?
Well, I am waiting for history to be remade this year. We are looking at more teams. We have started with more teams than ever before. This has been the culmination of all of those matches, the quarterfinals, the elimination, the knockout rounds. This is going to take us all to the next level. I'm really looking forward to see how they will value this, how they will fight for this, because, you know, there's always something to fight for.
Very touching moment right now for the University of the Philippines, paying homage to one of their players or former players that unfortunately passed away this year, Sangare. And they've been doing this in the past with their former teammate in Roger Maglinas, and meanwhile with Kaya FC-Iloilo. I've talked to Coach Colin Curtis before this matchup, and one thing that I remembered na sinabi sa akin ni Coach Colin, if they haven't been ruthless in the group stages, expect more in the knockout stages. As we take a look into the officials for this match, John Mike Basinang heading the line for the referees, assisted by Segundo Saluria III and Relly Balila, and our fourth official will be Timothy De Castro. Like what we said, Glenn, Coach Colin Curtis knows that Kaya FC-Iloilo have a lot in stock in order to display their dominance in the entire tournament. And that statement alone saying that if they haven't been ruthless enough in the group stages, I mean, if 40 goals scored and 2 goals conceded is not ruthless enough for you, what else are you gonna bring into the table if you're Kaya FC-Iloilo?
Yeah, this is the kind of this is the kind of team that would really leave you shaking in your boots. If you are the Fighting Maroons right now, of course you are always thinking, yeah, I'm not just here to participate. I'm here to do something. I'm here to compete, to keep up. But you can't really avoid feeling that nerve when you see a team as dominant as Kaya FC-Iloilo right here.
Well, we've seen Far Eastern University in their final group stage matchup against the two-time Copa Paulino Alcantara title holders, Kaya FC-Iloilo. Of all the teams that Kaya has faced in the entire group stages, it is only the Far Eastern University have conceded the least amount of goals. Last time around, they only conceded 5 goals against the two-time Copa Paulino Alcantara champions. All of the other teams have conceded more than 5 goals in the tournament. That says a lot in terms of the program of Far Eastern University, let alone the collegiate football standing right now here in the Philippines. And we're hoping to see that the University of the Philippines can either pair up to what the Far Eastern University has done in their matchup against Kaya or do something better in this game, in this quarterfinal matchup. They have 2 games to prove that. If they lose this quarterfinal, they have the second leg to bounce back and see where it could take them. Here we have the kickoff. University of the Philippines in their traditional maroon and black kits, playing from right to left. Kaya defending from left to right. And right away, Nano Amita, we will see him on the counter for Kaya. We can also see the composed backline of Marvin Santiano, Odi Menzi, Melo Tacosalme. Getting the pressure early on is UP on that left side with Janjan Meliza, but the ball's going to be kicked out for a throw-in. Here's the throw-in inside the box looking for Horikoshi, but that is headed out by Galsim. Inside the box once again, looking for Horikoshi. Lalabas ang bola for Marvin Angeles. Early pressure on coming from Kaya. And it's going to be ushered out by the defense of UP. Maru. Inside the box from Meliza, but that goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think he was expecting someone to make that run on the right side. So unfortunately, no one read that.
UP with their standing in the Copa Paulino Alcantara in Group B, finishing third with 6 points, +1 in goal difference, winning 2 games out of 4, losing only marginal against PFL sides in Maharlika and Cebu, showing their threat right away. Odi Menzi ushering that threat from UP.
Ramil Batayon trying to make a nuisance out of himself right there, trying to pressure really high.
He's been that kind of player for UP ever since the group stages of the Copa Paulino Alcantara. Hence, he was able to produce a goal for himself in the group stages. Diano sends it over to their team captain, Fitch Arboleda.
Arboleda has also been another imposing figure for Kaya as well. He's really one of those reliable captains that we've been seeing so far.
Arboleda, player reborn when he went over to Kaya FC-Iloilo 2 seasons ago, coming from Stallion Laguna FC. We thought that Stallion's going to be the end of the line for Fitch, but he's proving that he's got plenty more in his tank when he switched over to Kaya FC-Iloilo, now being the team captain for their side. UP on the counter-attack down the right side for Reynaldo Fornis. The ball's going to go out for a throw-in. Melo Takosame from the back, pairing up with Odi Menzi. Long ball forward, looking for Marvin Angeles. Great pass. Daiso Horikoshi 1-2 with Janjan Meliza inside the box, looking for Harvey Gayoso. But it's saved beautifully by Eric Cachuela.
Well, that's what we've been expecting Harvey Gayoso to do. What we really want to see on a good striker is to really take shots whenever there's the slightest of opportunities. Looking at it here, yeah, he had no right to shoot from there, but he did.
Well, the former King Eagle himself used to having this matchup against the University of the Philippines. Strike from Nano Amita. Saved by the defense, but it only bounces back to Marvin Angeles. On to the right side now for Justin Baas. Odi Menzi now up front, coming from the defensive line. A little bit shaky and dribbling, and the ball goes out in favor of Kaya FC-Iloilo.
Pressure is building up. You can really see the extra man advantage here when Kaya has been utilizing a back 3 rather than the usual 4.
Well, Kaya has been using a usual back five of their own right now, but you could see that back five is now becoming a back two with Melo Tacosalme and Odi Menzi staying at the back and Marvin Santiano coming up front. Nano Amita with a great through pass for Harvey Gayoso. Ball goes out, but he's going to be called out for an offside as well.
Wow, that was really close. Looking at this replay, oh yeah, it was inches offside. Really, really close, that one. It was a 50-50 call.
Yun yung mga kuwang sinasabi natin na ilista mo na. Kitang-kita natin yung offside, no? A little bit extension of the arm with the momentum of the run from Harvey Gayoso just puts him marginally offside on that play.
Alam mo yung split second na lang na naghintay ka sana, no?
He has the pace, he has the height advantage, but sometimes height can be a disadvantage when it comes to offside calls as UP wins possession deep into the box of Kaya FC-Iloilo.
Maganda yung position na to. You can really throw the ball into the box from this distance, and I think UP has the quality to really head that into goal, but do they have the capability to throw it from that distance?
Looking into the height difference between two sides, Kaya has the advantage if they go for the long ball, but look at that pass. Just not alert to the possibility is Florence Tacardon, but what a great intention coming from Vincent Parpan.
Yeah, he had the right idea. That was a good run.
Vincent Parpan, a regular figure for the University of the Philippines. If we're not mistaken, he's coming into his final leg of his playing career with the University of the Philippines, as well as Florence Tacardon. But these are the players that we are expecting to step up to the plate against the two-time Copa champions. Marvin Santiano will send the long ball forward. Nobody up front for Kaya, and a chance for UP to compose themselves at the back. Togores lost the ball. Now here's Marvin Angeles. Fakes it. Not going to take it. Justin Bass with a strike. That's over the bar. Inside the first 6.5 minutes of this game, Kaya has already produced 3 shots on goal and one of them on target coming from Harvey Gayoso. But look at this strike. Medyo paatras lang yung katawan ni Justin Bass.
At saka yung makikita mo yung defenders niya wala na sa pwesto. There was no one marking him to intercept that ball.
Cachuela asking for a foul with a challenge from Nano Amita. Harvey Gayoso left it for Nano. Marvin Angeles with the strike, but that is blocked. Now here's Togores on the counter-attack for UP. On to the left side he goes for Tacardon. There is a foul called against Harvey Gayoso, and he gets a yellow card. The first yellow card of the match for Kaya. Let's take a look at that again.
Yeah, he's a really imposing figure physically as well. So you could really see kayang-kaya niya manduhin yung mga tao minsan eh.
I'm pretty sure that's not just the first clash between Togores and Harvey Gayoso. Because he could have let that go. Could have let that play go. But as we've seen in the replay, merong paiwan si Harvey. Hence the yellow card of the match. First yellow card of the match for Harvey Gayoso out here.
Eh, nagpapakilala lang.
Hello daw, sabi ni Harvey. Here's a delivery inside the box. Not going to challenge Quincy Camerad, but that is coming from Liam Lampayan. Now Kaya will go for the counter as Fitch Arboleda is running down the wings, looking for the opportunity. Down the byline he goes. Blocked by Bongolan. Only at an expense of another corner. Second of the match for Kaya.
But that's exactly what you expect your defender to do. Prevent the supply of the cross.
Let's take a look at that again. Fitch looking for the opportunity, but Bongolan is alert to the possibility as well. Just putting a foot in, making sure that nobody can get to the cross, and making sure as well that he wouldn't be able to find somebody inside the box. So we'll have a corner here for Kaya. Janjan Meliza opting to go long. Looking for the far post for Bass. Asking for handball. Play goes on, says the referee. Another deflection, and it's going to be another corner for Kaya.
Well, they UP made sure that there's not an opening na maipapasa niya yung bola. They were crowding him. Looking at that.
Close.
Yeah, hindi naman. Parang hindi naman.
It's a close call, if we may say. Had that been a penalty, it's something really close to call. Ball to hand, pwede pa, no?
Pwede pa eh.
Daiso Horikoshi to take the third corner of the match for Kaya FC-Iloilo. An in-swinger this is. You have Gayoso, you have Baas, you have Odi Menzi. Plenty of options for the Kanagawa speedster out here. Here's the delivery inside the box. Marvin Sandiano, saved by Cachuela. That is only their second shot on target for Kaya.
Yeah. He got his head to the ball, but he wasn't able to steer it away from the keeper. Yun yung importante dun eh.
Tignan nga natin kung ano yung nangyari. Great delivery inside the box. Marvin Sandiano had the intention, but couldn't get enough power and enough placement, heading that straight to the gloves of Eric Cachuela.
Yeah, pero parang awkward din ng tayo niya dun sa talon niyang yun eh. So yeah, you really won't be able to put a lot of power into that kind of header.
UP asking for a foul. They get that foul as well. Let's take a look at what happened out there. Oh, strong challenge from the back by Janjan Meliza. And look at the pressure coming on from Kaya, not allowing any inch for Cachuela to deliver the ball outside of their own box.
Parang for the past 5 minutes, they've been camping on the opposition side, Kaya.
They are, but whenever UP gets the ball, they find the open spaces. As Kaya does it out here with Daiso Horikoshi on the left side being chased down by Cian Galsim. Foul is called against Galsim, and a free kick at a dangerous spot right now for Kaya.
Yeah, that through ball, had it had a fraction less power, it could have actually been a good through ball for Daiso to shoot himself.
Taking a look at the challenge again from Galsim from the back. Just putting off Daiso Horikoshi off of his feet, hence being called for the foul out there. Here we go with the delivery. Short one blocked by the wall. That is Galsim. They'll send another one inside the box. Headed away by Tobias. Now here goes Marvin Angeles, taking the ball away from Fornis like taking a candy out of the kid.
Fornis was trying to physical his way out of there, pero mas ma-physical yung kalaban niya eh.
Very physical that is. But professional na physical, ano?
Of course, no foul.
Diano heads it out. Nano Amita challenges for the ball against Tagores. UP clears it out. Only as far as Nano Amita deflection, and it's a throw in for the Fighting Maroons.
Trying to play the ball out instead of just hoofing it away. But that's a smart move.
UP have been in the thick of the action in terms of football competition. Not only they're playing in the Copa Paulino Alcantara, they also have the preseason tournament for collegiate teams in Ang Liga. So medyo batak to mga bata na to. At batak din naman itong Kaya. Of course.
Pabatakan ba?
Kung bata ka ng pag-uusapan, coming off fresh from their home stint in the AFC Champions League and preparing for their away game. I think they're going to be playing Incheon United first before they go to Yokohama.
Yeah. Kaya yung mga matches na to, it's really important. Even though you would say na matches like these could sometimes end up one-sided, it's still important for physical, to maintain their physical abilities here.
Para hindi mga lawang. Gaya nga ng sinasabi natin, Nano Amita ngayon, makukuha ni Baas dito sa kaliwa. Baas, gagawa ng tsansa para sa Kaya. Baas inside the box, mailalabas ng UP. Pero mapupunta kay Marvin Sandiano. Angeles, long ball inside the box. Hinahanap si Nano Amita. Strike from Harvey Gayoso. First blood for Kaya FC-Iloilo with the King Eagle himself. Already used to scoring against collegiate sides like UP, and he's doing it now in the Copa Paulino Alcantara.
Definitely showing his prowess here. That was such a nice goal. Let's see, have a look at it again. Mara Angeles looking for his player and then finds Gayoso in the thick of this action. And Gayoso only had to put it goalwards.
Look at that again. Marvin Angeles with that chip towards the path of Nano Amita. But the header out from UP bounces to the path of Harvey Gayoso. And as dominant as a striker he is, we know that he could be a poacher, he could be a target man, and Harvey Gayoso proved that not only he's a target man out there, he's also a poacher in that instance, giving that first goal for the two-time Copa Paulino Alcantara champions.
Yeah, and when you're a striker, it's definitely being in the right place at the right time to receive the right kind of ball, even if it's from the opposition. Pero yung importante talaga dyan, and a lot of players have been missing this, is that you have to have that eye for goal. Na alam mo, you're gonna have a split second to shoot that ball, and you take it. And he did.
Advantage, says the referee right now for Kaya FC-Iloilo with Harvey Gayoso on that left side, looking for options inside. And the save from Cachuela. That's Fitch Arboleda having the chance due to the mistake from the defense. Let's take a look at that again, Glenn.
Nakaabang lang talaga siya. That's one of the good things if you're always in a good position to anticipate errors, anticipate mistakes. Not only are you putting the pressure against your opposition, you're also open to mistakes like these. You can pounce on them.
Bongolan with the mistake there in the clearance. We'll have to confirm if he's also the one who produced that clearance that led to Harvey Gayoso's opening goal. So corner number 4 for Kaya FC-Iloilo.
The corners are piling up, friend.
Really piling up now for Kaya. Here's the delivery inside the box, headed away only as far as Marvin Angeles, who's going to challenge for Nis. And after conceding that opening goal in the 14th minute, Glenn, UP now having a hard time getting out of their own box.
Well, this is definitely a tall order for them. It's been like that for the last several minutes, even before the goal. Oh, that high pressure almost paid off.
Quincy Camera just using his skill to get that ball away from Bation. But here's the counter-attack for UP. Tobias gives it to Takardon, but it's cleared out. Here's UP once again with Bongolan. Bongolan taken down by Diano, and there is a foul called against Kaya. Chance for UP to possibly pull one back from a free kick.
When you're the team that's really chasing a bigger team like this, yung mga dead ball situations like these, it has to be taken advantage of. Ito yung mga rare opportunities kung saan na-anticipate mo yung movement ng kalaban mo. This is one of the best opportunities to score.
Look at this foul again from Diano, putting a foot out a little bit late on Bongolan. Earns UP their free kick. A dangerous spot here it is for UP.
Yeah, this is really close. He can take it himself or he can make a good pass out of this one.
You have Togores, you have Bongolan gauging Quincy Camerad and the 2 goalposts and that crossbar.
And the wall.
And the wall, of course. Let's see. By the looks of it, they're going to go direct. It's just a matter of who's going to take it for UP. Referee signal. And here's Togores with a strike straight to the gloves of Quincy Camerad.
Yeah, Quincy would take those kinds of shot all day. It really has to be slightly farther away from the keeper in order to challenge him, make him go full stretch.
So far, Kaya hasn't been tested that much. Through that free kick, that's the first attempt of UP on goal. First on target as well.
It wasn't a really bad shot, but you would kind of like expect a shot that would really stretch the keeper para pag na-spill yung bola, there could be opportunity for your teammates to tap it in.
UP playing the role of the counter-attackers right now with Tobias, their team captain. Togores with the clearance only as far as Melo Tacosalme. Justin Baas gathers the ball for Kaya. Now Fitch takes it back to Marvin Zendiano. Calm and composed at the back. Ferocious and ruthless. Up front is Kaya FC-Iloilo right now. Bongolan dribbling past Angeles. Now taken away by Fitch Arboleda. Through ball. Finds Harvey Gayoso. Gayoso scales the defense. And Cachuela with a lovely save. Preventing a second goal from Harvey Gayoso.
Well, Gayoso had to take a second touch there to make sure that it would be really sweetly struck. Pero yun nga, it also took more time for the keeper to analyze the trajectory of that ball.
That was a good strike from Harvey Gayoso, but an even better save from Cachuela. Now UP wriggling their way past that right-hand side, but couldn't find the opening. The ball is going out for a throw-in. Quick play from Kaya. Bongolan being chased down by Amita. And the ball goes out for a throw-in.
You know, for the last few minutes here, parang nagsa-start na rin na umarangkada yung makina ni UP. They have been starting to get onto the other end of the field as well. But Kaya is still maintaining their dominance by keeping the ball on the opposition half.
UP is the kind of team that has this never say die attitude. In their matches in the UAAP, they're known for last minute scorers. Against LaSalle, they were able to do that in their final elimination round matchup. And even in the Copa Paulino Alcantara, they were able to do that as well plenty of times in the group stages. So let's see if they will be able to do it as well here against Kaya FC-Iloilo. But looking at the clock right now, Glenn, or before we look into the clock, let's take a look at the foul from Kaya. Talking about UP, it is very respectable right now for UP, having gone past 20 minutes of this game and only conceding a goal against Kaya FC-Iloilo. By this time, with other teams in the group stages, Kaya have already scored either 2 or 3 goals in their matchups.
Well, that's pretty much what the main objective of UP is right now. Ang kailangan nilang gawin is they have to keep the defense and the composure up. They have to keep going until yun tulad na si Samo. If they are more inclined to score late game, then that means they have to stop prevent more goals from coming in. They have to compose themselves. Ito yung importante dyan. If they can keep close to the scoreline before the last 20-30 minutes of the game, I think they could have something in their hands here.
Kaya right now trying to open up the spaces again for UP and attack on those open spaces as they are going for it right now on the left-hand side with Melisa. Takes it back to Justin Baas. Baas with the long ball forward looking for Horikoshi. Goes down, but no foul is called. Just the momentum of that control. But Kaya regains possession. Through ball for Fitch Arboleda.
Yeah, he was lurking outside kanina pa. He's been open. They needed to find him.
He was able to keep it in play as well. Angeles with the long ball inside. Lovely ball once again from Marwin Angeles. There are 2 options inside that box. You could go for Harvey Gayoso, or you could even go for the farther player, which is Janjan Melisa, as we take a look at that. But Cian Galsim was alert to that chance and kicking it out for a corner. Daiso Horikoshi to take this 5th corner of the match for Kaya. In swinger once again. Great header, but a lovely save once more from Cachuela.
Cachuela making sure that he can keep this game at hand here. Yung full stretch niya talaga, he had to make sure he could get to it. He get down as fast as he could, and boy, he did. Preventing that goal from coming in, that was a really nice reflex action right there.
Odimenzi rose to the occasion. Cachuela catches the ball.
You're going to stick with that.
Of course. kaya nga, baka nga, kaya nga pilido niya yung Cachuela, eh, magaling siya mag-catch.
Oo nga, parang reminds me of another goalkeeper overseas. But that's for a different league in a different country, so let's not.
Yeah, Sim clears it out for UP. Off to the races will be Audi Menzi and Fornis, but that has been cleared out by Menzi.
Fornis has been showing a lot of speed from the get-go here, so it could definitely be one of the causes or one of the advantages that they have on a counter.
Arboleda now on the counter attack for Kaya FC-Iloilo after the interception, but couldn't get that cross in. Now UP will go for their own version of a counter attack. Coach Popoy Clarino was asking for them to go long, and now they have a chance with Fornis.
They have numbers.
Cutting in, but great tackle from Melo Tacosalme to make sure that Fornis wouldn't take a strike on goal against Quincy Camerad.
Well, Taco Salme really showing us what a defender needs to do in these kinds of 1v1 situations. He came out the victor.
Jan Melisa ngayon na magdadala ng bola para sa Kaya FC Iloilo. Angeles to Amita. Flicks it to the path of Fitch Arboleda. Fitch takes it back to Marwin Angeles. Diano magdadala ngayon para sa Kaya. Baas looking for the pass inside the box. Pero walang tao para sa Kaya.
Dito mo nakikita yung advantage. A lot of people think that when you're using a back five in a formation, this is a more of a defensive kind of situation. Pero if you can see right now what Kaya is doing, they're using the two wingers to add more numbers to the attacking players. Yun yung nangyayari talaga.
And it's more on the progressive side of that formation. It's stemming to the kind of football that is total football, a positionless kind of play wherein, yes, you have two wing backs, but they're not going to stand there as right back or left back for your team. They're going to be as wingers as well, an additional threat on goal for that kind of formation.
Yeah, and you can see Kaya really taking full advantage of it by playing the ball through the flanks.
Check it out here for Nis, putting on the challenge on Melo Tacosalme. For Nis, gets a strike, but he's going to be called for a foul. Too strong of a challenge coming from Fornis. But ito na yung mga nakakagabang moments if you're a Kaya FC Iloilo fan. Let's take a look at that again. Fornis almost getting the better of Tacosalme on that sequence, but medyo may may pag-akbay lang na hindi kasama sa laro.
Pero alam mo, yan yung sinasabi ko kanina that he has the pace, he has the speed. So if you give him space, if you give him a clear path to run for, you could be in trouble here. Even if you're Kaya FC, you can be in trouble.
Halfway point of the first half, Kaya still being held to a 1-0 advantage by UP. Arboleda, challenge. Nano Amita gets the ball. Now cleared away by Togores. Babalik ang bola para sa Kaya. Great 1-2 passing in the middle of the pack for Kaya. Jan Melisa ngayon dito sa kaliwa. Justin Baas. 1-2 passing with Daizo Horikoshi. Babalik muna dito sa likod. Diano finds Angeles on the right. Angeles fakes it. Strong challenge coming from Florence Tacardon, but the referee says it's a clear one. Let's take a look at that again.
Yeah, it was definitely ball first, but
Cardon got the ball first on that sequence. Let's take a look. This is a better angle for us. Yep.
Oh yeah,
He got the ball there first, just to follow through of the challenge.
yeah.
And I think this is the first time that I've seen and heard Coach Colum Curtis pleading their case to the referee. We know he's a very calm figure at the bench for Kaya FC Iloilo in their recent matches, especially in that game against Shandong Taishan. But of all the games, it's the quarterfinals of the Copa Paulino Alcantara that we've seen a glimpse of a ruthless or ferocious, we may say, Colum Curtis.
Well, he definitely wants this game. We can see that now.
Kaya wants this game as well with Fitch Arboleda on the right side. Gayoso offloading that, and Gayoso taking a strike. Another save from Cachuela. Had he not been that guy in between the sticks,
Good
you
of
would
him.
even ask, how many goals could UP have conceded by now?
Well, from Harvey Gayoso alone, there could have been 3 already. Bang after bang after bang. Wow, you can really see all he needs is a half chance. He doesn't really need a big opening to make it. Talagang if there's an opportunity na mafu-full stretch niya, ooh,
Counter-attack for UP. Kalma muna tayo dun, Glenn, but almost a chance
almost.
for Ramil Bation the third. Pero counter-attack ngayon para sa Kaya. Clearance from Lampayan. Here's UP again with Tobias, their team captain. This is what we've talked about before the broadcast, Glenn. Tobias, their team captain, a box-to-box player, helping out in defense, and also putting on the pressure on attack, as in display there earlier on.
Well, alam mo yung mga magagandang ginagawa if you're a team captain. You're really showing yourself in the front. You're showing yourself right at the back. You're an all-around player.
UP taking some time with the ball at the back. Tobias just dumbfounded that time. The ball bounced away from him.
Pero high pressure again coming from UP. Talagang you really want them to force a mistake here, especially if you can see yourself scoring that close goal from a mistake coming from Kaya.
And personally, I can say UP now is looking like a well-oiled machine type of team, a university team. Because in the previous season of the UAAP, they're not like this. But hold on to that thought as Daizo Rikoshi fakes it. Now with a chance. Nano Amita with a strike. Another save that is from Cachuela.
Fantastic reflexes from Cachuela. Let's have a look at that again. Daiso Horikoshi was really trying to get himself over there.
And then Nano Amita just pouncing on the chance. But Cachuela says no entry once again.
And that was the far post.
That was the far post for Amita. So corner number 6 for Kaya FC-Iloilo. They take it long once again. Gayoso out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Gayoso taking the full advantage of his height. He's one of those taller strikers that we could see here. Pero that save from earlier, man, that really could have put them 2 up. Cachuela just making sure, no, you know you ain't.
If Cachuela's going to watch the replay of this game, I'm pretty sure he's going to put up some hell of a highlight reel for himself for those saves that he's made in this first half. At sasabihin ko, nasa first half pa lang tayo.
31 minutes pa nga lang. We've still got about 15 minutes and change here.
And with that being said, Kaya really showing that they want to dominate this game. Already having 11 shots on goal, 8 of them being on target. But so far, only producing a goal in the 14th minute from Harvey Gayoso.
Yeah, that story would tell the aggression that Kaya has, but also...
Here we have Daizo Horikoshi now, being aggressive that they are. Horikoshi with a strike, blocked by the defense for another corner.
Yeah, so just like what I was saying, if you could see that the numbers show Kaya's aggression, you can also see how the defense is making sure that they are tight. They are airtight. They cannot get anything through here.
Referee just having a little bit of talk with Lampayan. Having discussions with the second referee and the fourth officials, as you may notice. Meron na silang mga radyo, no?
Oh, yes.
Let's see who's going to get a yellow card out here. Confusion right now. Let's see. Gasim gets a yellow card.
That's the referee asserting control. Kasi parang yun nga, sometimes tempers flare, especially when you're in a knockout game like this. Tempers would definitely flare.
Well, his question and my question, in what play did he got that yellow card? Possibly that play inside the box was let go by the referee as an advantage leading up to this corner. But again, the referee has the final say. They are the enforcers of the rules inside the pitch. We have corner number 7 for Kaya. Janjan Meliza sends it to the far post, headed away. And Fornis will try to get the ball. Couldn't get past Marvin Angeles. Another chance for Kaya through this throw in. Angeles. Foul throw, says the referee. Akala natin yung foul throw, no? Nakikita natin sa semi-pro kaya sa mga amateur games. Meron din pala sa Copa.
Of course, di naman may iwasan. Hindi pa tayo yung super perfect machines pagdating sa everything in football. Gayoso in a good spot.
Oh, it's the right post. So close for Nano Amita.
How many shots does it take to double your advantage? Kaya is asking that question right now.
Let's take a look at this again. Gayoso got the opening, finds Nano Amita, hits the right post on that sequence. You'll be asking yourselves, how many more should we take a shot on Cachuela or on that goal post of UP to get our second goal of the game?
Remember, folks, one goal is never always the winner here. So talagang maganda if you can score more than one. And Kaya definitely knows this, especially if UP has this tendency to play late games. We're gonna see something if they can't produce a second one anytime soon.
Arboleda ngayon ang magdadala ng bola para sa Kaya. Still 1-0 at the 36th minute of this game. With 9 minutes and change remaining, Kaya being held into just a 1-goal advantage over the Fighting Maroons.
So many close calls for UP there, but their defense is always staying firm as much as they can.
And even their counter-attack, they're trying to make it click with Fornis putting the pressure on that right side. By the looks of it, Coach Popoy Clarino has given instructions already to Fornis and Bation on that right side to pepper that side with pressure. Here's the chance for Kaya. Harvey Gayoso blocked once again by the defense of UP.
And the counterattack looks like, nope, Kaya is going to make sure it's not going to happen. But, man, that one, another tally on goal.
Building a wall in front of Eric Cachuela is the defense of UP. Harvey Gayoso to Justin Baez. Finds Daiso Horikoshi. Can he add to his assist tally or even his goal tally here? Horikoshi runs. Finds Arboleda on the right. Arboleda cuts in. Arboleda takes a strike. Hits the left post once again. Parang may sumpang nilagay si Cachuela dun sa side na yon after conceding that first goal.
Nakakailang katok na ang Kaya FC, hindi pa rin nakakapasok. Ayaw yata yung pagbukas ng pinto.
15 shots as of the moment for Kaya. 9 of them on target.
Talagang mapapaisip ka if you're Kaya FC. Is what I'm doing not enough right now?
Hindi mo tatanungin kung ano yung kulang eh. Kung ano yung sumpa na nailagay ng UP dun sa side na yun eh. Pero ito, may chance ulit ang Kaya with Fitch Arboleda finding Marvin Sandiano, a high looping ball. Probably the first time that I've seen Cachuela's hands shaking.
Yeah, muntik nang natapon yun. Pero that's fine. He has the ball, and UP is still in this game. Now, can they see if they can make a counter here?
Cachuela sends a long ball forward, looking for the forwards of UP. Keep in mind, UP's playing a 3-1-4-2 formation, putting emphasis on that midfield. But so far, the midfield of Kaya is doing its job, making sure that UP's not going to be able to produce something. Taco Salme wins possession for Kaya. Just about 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Things still looking good for Coach Popoy Clarino's side. Only conceding a goal in the 14th minute. Here's Kaya once again with Janjan Meliza to Gayoso. Tobias, the team captain for UP. Advantage, says the referee. They will go for the counter. Fornis. Teka lang, sabi ni Fornis. Babalik muna tayo sa likod. Forward pass, looking for Bation. Cleared away by Takusalme.
You know, going back to what you said about their formation 3-1-4-2, I think UP is no longer using that. They only have one man up front now. I think they're using a withheld striker now. So, counter-attack minded talaga sila ngayon.
Tobias ngayon, may dala ng bola to the right side. Looking for options inside the box. Blocked by Melo. Babalik ang bola para kay Bongolan. Bongolan to Togores. Inside the box for... That was Takardon, Florence Takardon, but saved easily by Camerad. And right away on the counter-attack is Kaya FC-Iloilo. That just bounces off Baas. Now he takes it back to Meliza. Diano looking for Arboleda on the right. Team captain for Kaya FC-Iloilo. Angeles to Diano. Possession game now for Kaya. Gayoso on the turn. Covered by 3 players in maroon, and there is a foul called against UP. Surprisingly enough, despite the physicality coming from UP and Kaya, UP only getting 3 fouls so far compared to the 4 of Kaya.
Yeah, and hindi sila kasing atat na habulin yung mga wingers ng Kaya. If you can notice, lagi na lang bukas for example, laging bukas si Arboleda. When he gets the ball, hindi pa siya hinahabol. He needs to get to a certain point in the pitch before magkaroon ng marka.
And UP is playing it smart. They know that they can let a player go so long as they have the man inside the box, and they're not forcing themselves to commit mistakes, to commit silly fouls against a side that is very dominant in possession and really clinical in terms of their set pieces, as they have one out here through Daiso Horikoshi in this free kick. You can see how formation is laid out for them. Player outside, and then inside the box. See plenty of options for Kaya. You have Marvin Zindiano on the offload on the right side. And then you have the runners inside the box. But that time around, UP was able to read what Daiso was thinking about.
Yeah, UP tends to compress the defense pag umaatake yung Kaya from the flank. So I think they're expecting that Kaya is going to put that ball through the middle. So I think their focus here is they're really making sure that the likes of Harvey Gayoso wouldn't get freedom in the middle of the pitch.
Will Kaya make them pay now with those wasteful chances or wasteful touches? Galsim with a header out once again, forcing another corner for Kaya FC-Iloilo, 8th of the match for the 2-time Copa champions.
Wow. How many corners more do we need to see here in the first half?
Plenty more, I guess. Headed away once again by UP. Quick corner. Came off Meliza and Horikoshi on that left side.
UP defense doing their job here, making sure that that ball stays out of the box.
Ang alam ko, pamangkin ito ni Coach Popo itong si Harvey. But, ko-confirm ko yan mamaya. Ano kaya sasabihin ni Coach Popo mamaya sa kanya?
Good job.
Job pamangkin.
Depende sa magiging final score.
Offside na ititawag dito para kay Harvey Gayoso. Plenty of action in the first half. But let's take a look at that. Way offside is Harvey Gayoso on that play.
Yung kanina, it was just a fraction. This one, it was really apparent.
Clear offside there for the number 18. But like what we've mentioned, Glenn, plenty of action in the first 43 minutes of the match. Kaya only producing 1 goal out of their chances. UP holding their ground a little bit better than all of the oppositions that came the way of Kaya.
Yeah, including FEU. I think FEU was already about 2 goals down at this part.
3 goals down in the first half in their final group stage game against Kaya.
Then by that standards, UP is doing a heck of a job here, making sure that the defense is compact. Yeah, and when you see Fitch Arboleda there, no one's really marking him. They're waiting for him to get into the area so that they can nick the ball back and do this counter attack. Kaso yung accuracy lang ng pasa, sayang.
And even the timing of the run. But UP will try to regain possession once again if they could get it away from Baas. But Tobias is going to be called for a foul against Baas. Interesting game so far. UP making it entertaining for us.
Well, this is definitely a quarterfinal. It will not disappoint.
Lahat ng games dito sa quarterfinals, be it a single leg or a double-legged quarterfinals or semifinals, lahat yan crucial games. Especially na mala Champions League ang setup ng ating knockout stages, no?
Paborito ko nga tong Copa na to sa lahat ng naging Copa so far. Sa sobrang dami ng magiging matches niya para lang sa knockout stages.
Possibly the biggest Copa edition so far. A lot of teams have played in the group stages down to 8. And then we have double-legged quarters and semifinals as we have 2 minutes added time here in the first half. UP looking for that counterattack once again. Looking for that weak link on the left side. Now they go for the chance with Bation on the left. Bation being covered by Diano. And Diano wins possession for Kaya. Calming things down right now for the men in yellow and white.
Yeah, Kaya has to control the pace here kasi minsan nakikita mo na once they have the ball back, they're starting to employ counterattacks on their own. But usually, Kaya isn't really the type of counterattacking team, especially if you're supposed to be the one dominating possession.
We thought Harvey Gayoso was on the clear, but Lampayan was able to clear the ball out. For Nis wasn't able to get a touch to that ball, so it's going to be a throw in for Kaya in the dying minutes of the first half. If UP concedes in the final seconds of the first half, it will be a huge blow to their momentum heading into the locker rooms.
But if they can keep it as it is, it's definitely, although they may be trailing at the end of this half, it's going to put their spirits up high.
Of course. Against the two-time Copa champions, the defending PFL champions, and participants in the AFC Champions League, and holding them to just 1 goal in the first half. It will be a welcoming sign for the University of the Philippines. But Harvey Gayoso is threatening once again on that goal mouth. Gayoso takes it all the way back to Melo Tacosalme. Baas with a long ball forward. Cachuela will hold on to that. I think that's going to be it. Basinang just looking into his watch. Looking to signal the time here in the first half. Possibly one more chance. That is it. Halftime whistle has been blown. But again, plenty of action here in the first half between Kaya FC-Iloilo and the University of the Philippines. Plenty of attempts from the two-time Copa champions. Plenty of defensive efforts coming from UP. But so far, Kaya FC-Iloilo through Harvey Gayoso on the 14th minute gets that 1-goal advantage heading into the locker rooms. What are you going to expect in terms of the team talks for UP and Kaya?
Well, I think that the UP team will have to make some slight changes here when it comes to the offense here. But the coach will have to be careful when planning for an offensive attack here because you don't want to mess with the balance of your defense right now. But Kaya, on the other hand, they have to actually look into more creativeness here. Kasi they've been trying to knock on the doors, brute force, but they've been unsuccessful in getting through Cachuela and his defense right now.
While Coach Colin Curtis formulates how to add more goals to the second half for Kaya, and how will Coach Popoy Clarino and UP bounce back in this second half. We'll head into the break, but stick around. Halftime stats, analysis, and highlights when we go back in the quarterfinals of the 2023 Copa Paulino Alcantara. Keep the legacy. As it stands here at halftime, Kaya FC Iloilo with just a 1 goal advantage over the University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons. Kaya had plenty of chances to get a 2, 3, or even 5 goal advantage over Kaya or over UP, but taking a look at the stats, they're being held to just 1 goal right now. Glenn, what can you say about the shots tally in terms of what Kaya has been producing or what has produced in the first half?
Well, at first, sasabihin mo na it's more about the quality than the quantity. But if you notice the shots on target, there's definitely enough shots on target to have really put this game over, even before the end of the first half. But the UP defense has been staying resilient, and they've countless of times been saved by the goalkeeper Cachuela. Cachuela has been in top form right now, making those stretches, making sure that the goal never gets to where it's intended. It's really been a good day for him so far, only conceding 1 goal out of the 9 that came and threatened him.
Taking nothing away from the defense of UP as well as Cachuela, those 15 shots on target or on goal by Kaya has been produced mainly from the midfield and that in-road passes from that midfield line as well. But looking into UP, on their counterattack, in their good day, they could have gotten plenty more chances of their own. As we take a look, they have 2 shots on goal, 2 shots of them being on target, but not forcing Quincy Camera to any stretches or any difficult saves so far in the first half.
Yeah, when it comes to that, they've really been relying on the counterattack a lot, and they've been pressing really high. They've forced Kaya to make some errors here, but they weren't able to capitalize on them as well. Yung mga error na nangyari kanina did not equate to actual shots on goal. But then again, they have to keep the pressure up. They have to keep fighting as if they really have something to catch here. Because looking at this scoreline right now, there's definitely a lot to play for at this moment.
Well, halftime changes for Coach Colum Curtis, as we could see Simon Erota coming in, replacing Odi Menzi in that back line. So by the looks of it, Kaya's going to play 3 back line, 4 in the mid, and 3 attackers. UP hasn't changed their lineup, and they're going to go for the counterattack right away. Long pass headed out by Simon Erota. So that's the confirmation of the substitution. Simon Erota coming in for Odimenzi, the only substitution in that first half for Coach Colum Curtis and Kaya, as well as for the entire match.
Looks like Kaya may have to employ something different here. Kasi whenever that the UP is in defense, they do compress and they make sure that there's not enough space for the people in the middle. They may have to take chances here on the wings themselves.
Tobias with a great through ball, looking for Takardon up front, but the pass was quite strong for Takardon to chase. As we take a look into that again, great inroad pass from Tobias, the team captain there. Just couldn't find the right timing of that run from Takardon.
Yeah, the idea was great. Pero yun nga, yung pag-combine nilang dalawa, medyo kailangan pa ng konting timing.
As the second half is starting to come back to its life, just getting some opportunities to give a few shout-outs. Meron tayong mga followers and viewers na nandito sa stadium as well. The boys and girls as well from Gawad Kalinga watching this game. Pretty much supporting Kaya FC-Iloilo. Also plenty of viewers in our Facebook and YouTube stream. So make sure pabalikin na natin yung mga kumuha ng merienda nung halftime. Kung ano mang merienda nyo ngayong araw, share niyo yan sa amin.
Andito lang kami sa may anong tawag sa area natin?
Dito lang kami sa sa technical booth ng broadcast. Counter attack. Oh, chance para sa Kaya. Cleared away on the goal mouth.
That does not bode well for Cachuela, but you know his defense was there to make sure that they can cover up for him while he's still on the ground.
2 players on the ground right now, Melisa and Cachuela, colliding in that chance. Let's take a look at that again. Calcim headed it back to Cachuela, and Cachuela misjudging it, but Huelva was there to clear it out just on the goal mouth.
Yeah. Mukhang nadaganan si Melisa on Cachuela's way down. Si Cachuela naman was hit by Melisa on his way up. So
It's a 50-50 call, if we may say.
yeah.
The goalkeeper is always going to get the advantage on that sequence because the main goal of the goalkeeper is to prevent the goals from coming in. Also, responsibilities of the referees or the officials are to prevent yung mga solid tackles on on the goalkeeper. Coach
Yeah.
Colin Curtis shaking his head there. Probably the second time we've seen him complaining on those calls. Coach Popoy Clarino naman sa kabila.
Yeah, you don't really see Coach Coleman in the technical area too frequently, don't you?
Yeah, I mean he's very calm when you talk to Coach Colin, but these kind of calls are something that they're really looking for because if Cachuela was called for a foul, that's a penalty and a possible yellow card for the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to give them an advantage and get another goal. But then again, it's their job to protect the goal mouth from opportunities like that. It's a 50-50 ball. Nobody got a touch. Melisa got a touch to the ball. Cachuela was a little bit late on the challenge. But his intention was to get the ball in that sequence. Hence, referee judging that as, a 50-50 ball.
Pero that's one of the things about being a goalkeeper. You really have to put your body on the line here. Kasi you're the last man. You're the only one that's standing between a goal and not conceding a goal.
And when we say 50-50, it's going to be a drop ball in this sequence as they were able to stop the play. And two players went down inside the box. And they're going to take it back to the defense of Kaya, who's looking to add more to this one-goal advantage. Now as Kaya trying to dominate in this game, be sure to stick around as the second game of this Friday doubleheader will feature the other quarterfinalists in Stallion Laguna FC and Maharlika Manila FC, both playing in the Philippines Football League. Both had a taste of action in the Copa Paulino Alcantara. Stallion Laguna FC maybe having that advantage playing in the AFC Cup themselves. So that's one action to look forward to come the second game for today.
Yeah, but that's what we really love when it comes to two league players or league teams clashing heads here. Kasi that's gonna spark some action here.
Sparking some action is Kaya right now with Nano Amita, but that shot is gonna go out. Not gonna threaten Cachuela in that process. Tingnan natin ulit yung sequence na yun. That was Lampayan with misclearance. But Nano Amita wasn't able to capitalize on the mistake. UP is very fortunate so far to not pay for those mistakes in the proceedings. They've only been made to pay once after that misclearance that bounced to the path of Harvey Gayoso, which led to the only goal so far in this game.
Yeah, being the team that's really chasing here the bigger teams, yung making these kinds of avoidable mistakes, yun talaga yung mga kailangan mong mag-concentrate on.
Daiso Orikoshi wins the ball for Kaya against 2-3 players in maroon, and a foul is called against UP. They didn't like that as they thought Horikoshi went down on his own. Let's take a look at that again. Yep, UP had the right to plead for their case, as from our vantage point, Horikoshi went down, stumbling on his own dribbling. But referee had a better vantage point out there, seeing possibly a touch from a defender, leading to this free kick for Kaya. Daiso Horikoshi to take this at a dangerous spot as well.
Yeah, this one is really going to test Cachuela if they can get this on target.
Daiso Horikoshi now with a strike. Straight to Cachuela, but bounce to the path of Harvey Gayoso for his brace. And that's the marginal goal that Kaya FC is looking for. 2-goal advantage now over the Fighting Maroons. And Harvey Gayoso once again scoring the goal for Kaya.
It's these kinds of opportunities. It's not the straightforward kinds of chances that Kaya could get the advantage on. It has to be somewhere in the case where Cachuela couldn't really pounce on the ball fully.
Let's take a look at the sequence again. Cachuela just couldn't control that ball well. And when it bounced to the head of Harvey Gayoso, there's only one path, and that is behind the goal. 2 goals now in favor of Kaya FC-Iloilo in this first leg of the quarterfinals of the Copa Paulino Alcantara.
Well, looks like we have a player on the ground here.
Daiso Horikoshi is down after a challenge from UP. It looked like Parpan just went down on the momentum after heading that ball away. But nevertheless, a foul in favor of Kaya FC-Iloilo. And another free kick for them to produce another goal. Simone Rota plays it back to Angeles. Now Justin Baas to Arboleda on the right. Runner out there for Nano Amita. Amita checking the options. Covered by 2 players in maroon. Baas with the long ball. Cachuela holds on to it this time. Sends the ball forward looking for his teammate up front. Simone Rota with a challenge, and the ball goes out for a throw-in.
UP really need to pull one back here, because this is definitely going to take toll in their confidence, especially with the defense already conceding 2 goals now. Looks like it's an even taller uphill struggle for them now.
UP with another throw-in, but Tion just couldn't get a hold of that ball. There is a deflection from Kaya. Melisa couldn't clear the ball out as well. Another chance for UP through this throw-in. Galsim will take it for the Fighting Maroons. Headed away by Melisa. Aerial battle between Horikoshi. UP wins the ball. Galsim gets it over to Bation. Bation looking to cross the ball, but covered there by Melisa. Now he crosses it. Looking for Bongolan. Here's the header inside the box. Scramble inside. Chance for UP. Parpan couldn't fire inside the box. And counter-attack time for Kaya FC-Iloilo with Harvey Gayoso looking for his hat-trick. Gayoso still with the ball. Gayoso cuts to the left. Saved once again by Cachuela. Preventing the hat-trick from the King Eagle. Harvey Gayoso.
Harvey really trying to get it away from the keeper using the farther post, but Cachuela was able to jump to it. He was able to reach that, keeping it away.
Cachuela was able to cover that angle, forcing Gayoso to go to the far post. When he went to the far post, Cachuela was able to punch it away. Kaya with possession once again, finding the open spaces. Looking lively now here in the second half. Amita with a cross inside the box. Galsim with a clearance. There is a deflection from Melisa. So it's a throw-in for UP. And this is the Kaya FC that we're used to seeing. Pressing after losing the ball. And right away going for the counter-attack. Throw in.
You could really notice here that UP is no longer as compact as they were earlier in the first half. Their formation has not changed, but the distance between the players, especially when Kaya has the ball, it's no longer as consistent as it was earlier. Yung disiplina nila kanina sa backline nandun eh. Pero ngayon, after especially that second goal, I think it's really taking a toll on their mindset right now.
And UP looking to shuffle the cards here, as you've pointed out that they're not as compact as they were in the first half, forcing Coach Pope Clarino to make some changes in his squad. We have Florence Tacardon checking out for Mike Chester Tidor. A like for a like substitution out here with another forward coming out.
Substitution for University of the Philippines.
And then Vincent Parpan has been
For player number 32,
taken out as well.
Carlos Tacardor, replaced by player number 26,
Yun, they found an opening on the flank again, and this time UP does not look like they're ready on this one.
Vincent Albert Parpan, replaced by player number 20.
Arboleda is trying, and you could see that he's being marked now. Nahabol na siya ngayon, unlike kanina na hinihintay siya.
Horikoshi wasn't able to head it towards the goal mouth. Ball goes out in favor of UP. So 2 substitutions right now for UP with Mike Chester Tidor and Gabriel Ramos coming in for Florence Tacardon and Vincent Parpan. 2 like-for-like substitutions for Coach Popoy Clarino in this second half.
And could that mean that they're still sticking to the same game plan, or could there have been some minor changes here? Let's see what's going to happen.
Either they're looking for the second wind from the bench, but it's too early to say that they're looking for that second wind heading just 13 minutes into the second half. Let's see if it's going to pay dividends for the Fighting Maroons.
Well, at least we can still see that they're attacking still on point here. They're still trying to press really high. Pero yun nga, they have to regain composure in the defense if they want to keep Kaya out.
Quincy Camerad will clear the ball out. Looking for Daiso Horikoshi, who's up against Sian Galsim. Galsim wins it for UP, but at an expense of a throw-in. Galsim probably getting some boost from the crowd as he have some teammates from the program of Gawad Kalinga out here supporting him. Angeles taken down. No foul is called. Amita passing it to Horikoshi, but intercepted by UP. Here's Fornis on the ball for UP. Gets it over to Tobias. Tobias looking for that through ball. Questionable decision from the team captain as he has 2 options on the right side. And now Kaya will have a chance of their own to play with the ball and look for the open spaces.
I think Kaya's solution to the earlier problem with the defense is they're now actually putting a lot more players in the middle of the field. Unlike earlier that both wings are open, now yung isang wing na lang ang bukas.
Tama ka dyan, Glenn. No? From a 5-3-2 formation, seems like Coach Colum Curtis have mixed it up a little bit, putting more people up front rather than staying at the back. That's where they had their problems in the first half through the counterattacks of UP. Now Janjan Meliza on the left side with the opening. Inside the box, straight to the gloves of Cachuela.
Not enough power to bounce that ball off the ground and away from the keeper.
Surprisingly enough, the smallest guy on the field, Nano Amita, getting his head to it, but not enough power as well to challenge Cachuela in that process. Galsim looks for the long ball, the runner up front for Tobias, the team captain, onto the right side for Fornis, covered by Meliza, and that's going to be a foul called against Kaya.
Therefore, Niz almost had the ball out in the open there. If you can see in this replay, yung first touch lang talaga, if he was able to control the ball and put it ahead of him, he might have had a chance to really run it.
Want to take this opportunity to give a quick shout out to Mr. Miyagi. Wax on, wax off. No joke lang. Sandy Miyagi, giving a shout out to Mr. Miyagi watching all the way from Okinawa, Japan. Diba nga si Mr. Miyagi yun? Diba? I think Sandy, mother of Kentaro Miyagi, player of Cebu FC, who's going to be playing as well tomorrow in the other quarterfinals. They're going to be up against Mendiola FC 1991 as we have a foul here in favor of UP.
Again, another good opportunity to really test the keeper here. Kailangan talaga nilang mailayo si camera dito.
Free kick for UP after that foul. Ito na ba yung hinahanap na tsansa ng mga taga-Diliman?
Kaya has everybody back here defending this one.
Nobody up front for Kaya. They know the threat that's coming from UP. Here it is. A shot from distance. Not going to challenge Camerad at all.
If he managed to get the ball down after he lifted it up, it could have had a chance kasi malayo si Camerad for that eh. But no, then there was not enough curve on it.
Got the height but not the dip. So Kaya regains possession. Quincy Camerad calming things down from the back. Simone Rota, since he's in fusion in this game, there hasn't been much on the side of UP to threaten the goal of Kaya FC-Iloilo.
Para most of the time na yung bola nga nagstay na naman sa nagcamping na naman si Kaya on the opposition side.
Baas ngayon ang magdadala ng bola para sa Kaya. Babalik ang bola sa likod with Simone Rota. Shoutout daw sa parents ni Reca Cuevas Fornis at ng kapatid nila na si Reynaldo Fornis na naglalaro ngayon para sa UP. Diano. Gahanap ng papasahan. Dito si Harvey Gayoso. Gayoso. Walang foul na ibibigay. Wala rin namang challenge to warrant a foul. So Cachuela will gather the ball and look for the options up front. Calsim. Long ball forward. Hinahanap dito si Bation. Bation still with the ball. Pass. Taco Salme. And now they're called for a foul here, Kaya.
Yeah, you could see it from here that he was almost away kaso nakakapit sa damit eh.
2 advantage calls out here. This is the first one. A high boot coming from Rota, but that was let go by the referee. And then the shirt tug from Melo Takosame was enough for referee John Mike Basinang to call for that foul.
Like what we mentioned earlier, for Nissan Bation's speed up front, they can really make this difference for UP.
Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, parang may yellow card pa nga atang pinakita dun si referee John Mike Basinang para kay Melo. But we'll confirm that. But a free kick now for UP. Another chance for them to pull one back. Lampayan sends it inside. Header in! First real threat coming from UP, but that goes out for a goal kick.
The first shot, one of the shots that's out of target here, but it was really a close one. Had he been able to put the trajectory in?
Calsim got the right intention, but just couldn't head it right into the path of the goal mouth. Things are looking sharp now for UP in terms of their counterattack and in terms of their set pieces.
Yun talagang kailangan nilang i-take advantage of. But look at this. Harvey Gayoso almost getting to it before Cachuela. Could have been. Another could have been.
Pero nakita mo yung pace ni Harvey Gayoso doon.
Oh.
That's the kind of pace that you're looking for a striker.
Explosive and sudden. You just turn on the jets when you need it.
Turning on the jets is Nano Amita right now for Kaya. Inside the box. Blocked by Lampayan. He clears it out. Rota heads it away. Foul is called against Rota. And there may have been a continuation of the challenge. Look at this. Team captain Mark Tobias stepping up against the veteran, a seasoned veteran that is in Simone Rota.
Well, if you're going to be the team captain, you have to have that kind of guts. Especially if it's for the sake of your teammates right there.
And this is what we want to see in the Copa Paulino Alcantara. Not the physicality though, but the kind of attitude that the players are getting in the experience that they get from the Copa Paulino Alcantara. Isipin mo, collegiate players stepping up against seasoned veterans, national team player in Simone Rota. And you have the guts to go face to face to the man who served the country as well. Diba?
Yeah. Do you know what happens if you expose them enough to these kinds of games? The quality of collegiate football is definitely going to get better.
Ito yung sinasabi natin na the Copa Paulino Alcantara may have just eliminated the disparity between amateur semi-pros from the pros. Nakikita na natin ngayon kung paano sila nag-i-improve kung ano yung nangyayari sa kanila. But still, a mountain to climb for the other teams participating outside of the PFL.
That's true. But that also gives them the opportunity. This shows them that even though they still don't have the financial capacity to run the league, they can run the cup.
Look at this one now for UP as Tobias gets a chance, taken down. And here we go. Tempers are flaring up, and we don't like this. This is not what we want to see. Kakasabi lang natin kanina on how they're stepping up against the veterans. Pero mukhang sumobra naman this time around from Tobias. We'll have to check what caused the commotion out there.
Yeah, the referee has to take control of this. And si linesman nandiyan na rin. Talagang nagkagulo sila ng konti dito. Well, hindi na nga konti. It's everybody.
And look at this. Harvey Gayoso is stepping up right now. He knew what kind of temper these collegiate players have. Kasi once in his lifetime, he was a collegiate player as well. And he's this kind of player as well before. So he's either going to step up to control the situation, to diffuse the situation, or he's going to be the one to either instigate
Or add.
or just to put UP off their footing in terms of their momentum. Tignan natin kung ano nangyari. Tobias was on the clear. He was taken down apparently by Marvin Diano, but on the process of being taken down, he was able to hit Diano as well on the shin.
Yeah, and initially it looked like the Kaya players were unhappy with the challenge, and then his teammates came to the rescue, and yun na nga, nagkaroon na ng banggaan. Di na alam kung sino talaga may kasalanan, but they know one thing, it's the other team at fault.
Yep.
Ganun naman yan eh.
On the vantage point of Kaya, kasalanan ni Tobias. On the vantage point of UP, kasalanan ni Diano because of the continuation of yung reaction ba? Na
Tama.
he didn't like the tackle, he didn't like the contact.
The secondary action after the ball yan. Yun
May
yung
secondary action eh. Pero they have to calm things down. Security officials on the pitch as well, just to calm things down. My God, what an opening to the quarterfinals we have out here, Glenn.
You're right. I am seeing bouncers near the field now. Napalapit sila.
Diba? Grabe yung opening ng quarterfinals natin dito ngayon, Glenn. At dito pa tayo natapat sa laro na to.
Well, you know what? It's games like these that really makes football worthwhile, especially the cup. I mean, coming into the game, we were already thinking na, Kaya's, just like what you said, it might just be my thinking that Kaya is going to be the dominant one here. And they have been dominant as far as holding the ball, having most of the shots. Pero, when it comes to the scoreline, UP is holding on their own.
I think Tobias has been given his marching orders out here. Yes, it was a red card for Tobias. He was given his marching orders out here, and UP will be forced to play with 10 men right now in this game.
Natatambakan ng pressure si UP ngayon. And this one would really put Kaya with a one-man advantage. And at the same time, they were already the dominant team. They've already taken a lot of shots. UP needed that extra man to make sure that the defense stays strong. And now that one man less, it could really bode not well for them.
And kanina pa natin nakikita si Tobias. First instance was when he stepped up face to face with Simon Erota. But we never thought that it's gonna lead to this, that he's gonna be put into the pressure cooker, and unfortunately he gave in to the pressure, and hence was given his marching orders by our first referee, John Mike Basinang.
Yeah, it's kind of like what you said. I mean, the likes of Harvey Gayoso being collegiate players, they can get into their own heads sometimes, and they can act brashly.
And here they go for the counterattack. Kaya just couldn't get the right ball for Harvey Gayoso, who's chasing his hat-trick in this game.
Yeah, that was an easy stop for Cachuela.
So far with 2 goals in this game, Harvey Gayoso now has 4 goals to his name in the Copa. And we'll have a bunch of substitution right now for Kaya FC-Iloilo. their first stringers coming off the bench. Mark Swainston, Kurt Dizon, Robert Lopez Mendy, and Abu C all coming in now to add more spice to this game.
Talk about beating a man when he's down, huh?
Let's see what can they do. So Marvin Angeles, Nano Amita, Daiso Horikoshi, and by the looks of it, Harvey Gayoso's checking out. So the chase for the hat trick is done for the day for Harvey Gayoso, who ends this match with 4 goals to his name in the Copa. Abu C back into the fold, looking to add to his 8th goal. And look at that. Just a sign of respect from Harvey Gayoso to Coach Popoy Clarino. I'm pretty sure they're relatives.
Now, I think that's kind of like the confirmation of what you said earlier.
Yeah, that's the confirmation even though we're on the opposite side of the field, at the end of the day, respect is still the most important thing.
Yeah,
And that's what we can see from Harvey Gayoso.
And Gayoso would be happy with his performance today. Not only has he have additional 2 goals to his name, but you really saw how much of a threat he was. He was pressing high, he was running, he has the speed, he has that sudden burst of acceleration. So overall, yeah, it's definitely a good day for Harvey Gayoso.
UP right now with 10 men, how can they climb this mountain in front of them called Kaya FC-Iloilo?
Well, they have to start somewhere, and they have to start with a bit more confidence now. They really have to regain the shape of their defense because, yun nga, from after conceding that second goal, they've no longer been as compact. They've no longer been as disciplined as earlier. So they really need to regain some of that.
And they've also been really physical over the last 15 minutes of this game as we're heading into the final 13 minutes of the match, with Kaya leading 2-0 over the University of the Philippines. Janjan Meliza with possession, gives it to Justin Baas. Right on cue, the floodlights of the Rizal Memorial Stadium are coming into life as it's getting a little bit darker now here inside the stadium. Dizon with a great pass to Abu C, but that is saved by Cachuela.
Abu C only needed the simplest of touch to get there. Pero Cachuela made sure that he was first to the ball, making sure that Abu C never even gets the light of day for that particular attack.
Togores now looking for the man on the left side. That's Fornis.
Hindi na sila masyado nagiging wasteful by using long passes here. They're really starting to play the ball out from the back.
Fornis against Baas. And Kaya wins possession once again. Advantage called for Kaya. Arboleda looking for Lopez Mendy. Mendy takes it back. All the way back to Melo Tacosalme.
Yeah, Kaya is being a bit more patient this time around. They know they now have the advantage and they have the insurance goal to count for it. So all they need to do is control the pace, keep eating out the time. Let's just see what happens here. UP has to force the issue here, but with 1 man less, that would be a really tough order.
It's a tall order, yes, for UP as Janjan Meliza now threading down the wings for Kaya. Straight to the gloves once again for Eric Cachuela. Cute din ang pangalan nito ni Cachuela. Eric Mink Cachuela. Is his parents aiming for Eric Mink Cachuela, player from Ginebra? Mga interesting na thought. Substitution right now for UP with Benjamin Palacio coming in. He's going to be replacing Reynaldo Fornis. And Eric Giganto is coming in for Kaya. He's coming in for Marvin Santiano. So interesting substitution for Coach Colin Curtis out here. A defender checking out for a forward. So it seems like they're going to put more into attack. And right on cue, Kurt Dizon, the other substitute on that right side, combining with Giganto, who just stepped into this game. Arboleda sends a long ball inside That's Abusi, couldn't control it. Mendy with a turn, but couldn't get it on target.
Yeah.
There is a deflection corner for Kaya.
One of the most difficult skills when it comes to shooting, the turn and shoot. Not only do you have your back to the goal, but you also have to make sure that you get the touch just right.
So here's another corner for Kaya. It's been a while before they got another corner, but this is corner number 9 for the two-time Copa holders.
Melissa on the ball. Medyo ginugulo-gulo na ni Kaya yung defense by making sure that they move around a lot.
They're getting to the heads of the young ones, that's for sure. Here's the corner. Melissa inside the box, headed in. But Mendy couldn't get it on target, but again, there is a deflection. So another corner for Kaya.
It was a good job by Melissa finding Mendy in the middle of the field with a lot of maroon shirts in there.
Here's another one. Longer this time. Cachuela punches it out. Just couldn't get it on target for Mark Swainston. Rota clears it forward for Melissa. Keeps it in play. Tagores just forcing Melissa to go back. Melissa to Swainston. All the way back to Simone Rota. They're going to switch the play to the right side. Going to find where that open man is.
Nakaabang si Mendy sa kaliwa. Melissa muna.
Kukuha ng bola. Hahanap ng papasaan. Papunta sa gitna kay Abusi. Abusi pa rin. Inside the box. Great tackle from UP. Clear as day. They win the possession. But Melissa tried to win it as well for Kaya. Throw in ngayon para sa UP.
The two-man defense was good enough to keep Abusi at bay. Pero Abusi had that skill to outrun them. Yun nga lang, he didn't get the ball at the very opportune time.
Baas, nakita dito si Abusi. Abusi with a cross to Lopez Mendy. Too strong of a touch.
Kaya still on the ball.
Babalik ang bola para sa Kaya. Long ball forward. Nobody there for Kaya.
Yeah, they wanted to shift the play to the opposite side. Pero yun nga, medyo napalakas nga lang ng konti ang sipa.
7 minutes remaining in this first quarterfinal matchup in the Copa Paulino Alcantara. Like what we've said, we also have Stallion Laguna FC and Maharlika Manila FC waiting in the wings for our second match of the day.
One of the things that I really like in this competition is that hindi pa tapos to. Once that this game is done, they have another one and another chance to see if they could really carve out who the victor is. And right now, with the current scoreline that we have, it's not that impossible for UP.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Glenn, but there was a chance for Mike Chester Tidor only to be called for a high boot on Janjan Melissa. He knew right away that was a high boot, so he stopped running. He stopped the play.
A little bit of a dangerous play, pero you can really see that he really wanted to get control of that ball because he was in a really good position to run.
He flicked it over Rota in the first try, but Melissa was there to cover. Now here's Melissa on the ball once again. To the middle for Mark Swainston. Fitch Arboleda ngayon para sa Kaya. Kaya with 5.5 minutes remaining in this game, trying to find a final nail in the coffin in the first leg of this two-legged quarterfinal against UP. They know the higher the goal count they have heading into the second leg, the bigger the chance they will progress to the semifinals.
That's right. But how many times have we seen where the team that's supposed to have been down and out by the first game really turned the tables on the second one?
Justin Bass with a speculative strike from distance. High, wide, and not so handsome for our favorite player or should we say Malaysia's favorite player.
Medyo hindi utilize na hindi na masyadong nag-force ng bola sa gitna si Kaya ngayon because doing so could really give the possession back, an unnecessary turnover for Kaya. So they're really focused on keeping possession this time around.
So another turnover out there for Kaya. Chance for UP. Can they pull one back? Probably that's the goal now for Coach Popoy Clarino in this game, just to pull one back and give them momentum heading into the second leg of this quarterfinal. But the door is quickly shutting down on the Fighting Maroons for the first leg, with Kaya leading 2-0, and also with UP, who will be missing out their team captain Tobias in the second leg of the quarterfinals because of that red card.
Cachuela still making sure that he's still on point even though it's already the closing stages of the game. Really critical for him to keep this concentration on and make sure that his defenders aren't making more mistakes.
UP with another mistake there. Justin Baas with the ball for Kaya. Kurt Dizon maneuvering his way towards the box. Abu C inside looking for Mendy. The pass is quite strong. Mendy wasn't alert to the possibility as well. Let's take a look at that again.
Yeah, medyo na dalawang isip na si Mendy na nakita niya na masyadong malakas yung bola.
4 minutes remaining in this first leg of the quarterfinals between Kaya and UP. Plus some added time, of course. So far, things are looking good for the two-time Copa Paulino Alcantara champions. It's worth noting that this year's edition, the championship is vacant, with United City FC not participating in the tournament. Another strike, and there it is! Third goal, done and dusted for Kaya FC-Iloilo, with Robert Lopez Mendy scoring the third goal of the match for Kaya. One mistake, one turn, and one goal for Robert Lopez Mendy. Let's take a look at that again, Glenn.
Wow, that was a really nice through ball there. Mendy only had to place it. Maganda ng placement ng bola sa harapan ni Mendy. Hindi niya kailangang habulin masyado. Hindi niya kailangan lumayo. And that's one of the advantages of making sure that there's the right power behind a through ball. You don't get it close enough for the keeper to pounce on it, and it's close enough for your teammate to have some moments to really place it where he wants it.
So with 5 minutes and some change remaining in this game, Kaya
be
still
another
on the
one?
offensive. Abu C saved by Cachuela. Great defensive effort coming from UP, preventing a fourth goal from Kaya, but they have to be on their toes once again.
It was exactly the same kind of play that led to that earlier third goal. Looks like they were alert to it this time.
Bass on the left side. Couldn't find Dizon. Ball bounces out. Throw in favor of Kaya.
Kakalain mo, crunch time pa rin kay Kaya ngayon. It's already the dying minutes. They're already 3 goals up, but they're still fighting with aggression here.
Again, getting back to what Coach Colin Curtis said, and this is at the build-up of this quarterfinals, they're trying to be more ruthless compared to what they were in the group stages. But so far, that ruthlessness only produced 3 goals for his side in the first leg of the quarterfinals. They still have about 4 minutes and a half remaining to go to add more to it. Handball ang itatawag ng ating referee para dito kay Tidor.
Well, while Kaya has the opportunity to still add on to the tally, UP will have to hold firm if they want to make any chances happen in the upcoming second leg of this.
That was the goal once again from Robert Lopez Mendy on the turn, getting past the offside trap of UP. Baas with great control. Comes great responsibility. Finds Swainston on the left side for Melisa. Cleared away by UP only as far as another yellow shirt. Dizon.
UP couldn't really mount that counterattack there. The pass itself wasn't really going to happen.
Could we say that the turning point of this game for UP was that red card from Tobias? From Tobias earlier on.
I'd actually say that it could be, but at the same time, it could also be the second goal as well, because we've really seen a resilient UP defense right before the conceding that second goal. And it was a really unfortunate goal too, because the goalkeeper already had a glove to it. It's just that it bounced off to another Kaya player who was in the right place at the right time. Harvey Gayoso, if I remember correctly, and he only needed to put it in.
Well, Kaya still have something left in the tank here with Abu C inside the box. But that's going to be cleared out by UP. Keep in mind that they will still have 90 minutes left in this quarterfinal matchup to either surprise the title favorites or to just hold on to their dignity in the second leg.
But right now, as the scoreline stands, it's definitely not bad when it comes to how Kaya had been doing a demolition job with the group stage player teams. And right now, UP is really holding their own here. And this is a 10-man UP.
That is correct, Glenn. 2 minutes and change remaining in this quarterfinal matchup between Kaya and UP. Kaya still looking for that fourth goal, just to give them a little bit of headroom heading into the second leg. Of course, they want to rest some players as well in that second leg quarterfinal, as they will be flying to Korea in their AFC Champions League away game.
A really busy calendar for Kaya.
But Dion with the interception. Goes for the counterattack. He'll take on everybody here, will he? 7 minutes of added time. Bation still with the ball.
Wow.
Gets it over to Tidor. Now intercepted by Swainston. Melisa maneuvering his way past two players in maroon. Through ball to Abu C. But the offside flag is there to prevent that fourth goal for them.
Abu C saw the opportunity to make that run. He just timed it a little bit too early, but that could have been. He was out in the open there.
Seven minutes. Plenty more for UP to pull one back if they can.
Yeah, I think the commotion earlier had a lot to do with that at the time.
Swainston takes it back to Fitch Arboleda. If you're Kaya, you could already waste some time out here. But knowing what Coach Colin Curtis has instilled to his players since the start of the season, you're going to go for more as they send a long ball forward for Robert Lopez Mendy, who keeps it in play. Or not, as the referee says, it's a goal kick.
Well, Mendy did have the pace, but the UP defender was able to keep him at bay, make sure that it doesn't get anywhere near.
But Dion tried to head it to the path of his teammate. Rota flicks it over, takes it back to Melisa. They have time. They have the lead. They have the ball. They have the counter-attack, but the pass was too strong for Robert Lopez Mendy to chase.
Well, right now we could really see the balls going through the middle with ease now. Unlike kanina na talagang when they tried to play the ball in the middle, it was really like a solid wall.
Nahihirapan na ngayon ng UP to prevent these counterattacks as Abu C mounting another one. Galsim finally clears the ball out for a throw-in.
Dito mo na nakikita. I think that UP might be closing to their limit when it comes to their physicality here. Kasi parang nakikita mo na that their heads are down. They're no longer running as fast. And Abu C coming from the bench. No, Robert Lopez Mendy coming from the bench. When those two are running at full speed, you know that they can do damage. And they already have.
Most certainly, Glenn. And let's see what more damage can Kaya produce here with Justin Bass sending a long ball forward. That's too long for Kurt Deason to manufacture something out of. 4 minutes remaining. Heading into the second leg of this matchup, what would UP need to do?
Well, first and foremost, they really need to find a way to keep the consistency of a strong defense. They were able to manage it earlier. They were able to keep the composure. But after that second goal, they kind of lost all confidence here. And looks like, look, they may have an opportunity to get scored on again. But
Cachuela says no.
Cachuela making sure that no, that's as far as it goes.
If you're going to pick a man of the match for UP, one thing's for sure, Cachuela is in the running for that. If not in the running, he's going to be the player of the match for UP after all of those tremendous saves that he's produced in the first half and even here in the second half. Only those unfortunate bounces that led to the goals. But Cachuela really proved himself in this game against Kaya, as we'll have 2 more substitutions in the wing for UP.
Well, Cachuela making sure that he is the key man here and that he's definitely going to... Well, I would be sure that he's going to get the nod for the next game for sure.
For sure. Stoppage and play means substitution for UP. That's Lampayan checking out for Angelo Pagdanganan. Then we'll have Bation checking out for Juan Miguel Basmayor. And then Cian Galsim coming out for Jed Dabalos. So just giving plenty of playing time for some of his players out here. Coach Popoy Clarino maybe giving a little bit of rest for his starters heading into the second leg of this matchup against Kaya.
Yeah, there's no need for unnecessary risk na kasi they still have the opportunity to turn things around the next game. So hopefully they can still keep it as it is. But Kaya definitely looking to add more to the tally.
Kaya clearing the ball out. Robert Lopez Mendy is there. Janjan Meliza now with the ball for Kaya, looking for Abu C. Abu C with a through ball to the path of Robert Lopez Mendy, who looks over his shoulders and finds a teammate. Abu C inside the box. Can he turn? No, he won't. Justin Bass turns, takes a strike, saved or blocked by the defense. Abu C tries to go for the kill. Robert Lopez Mendy wins possession for Kaya. Mendy still with the ball. Inside the box, headed away. Cleared out for a corner.
Bigla-bigla na lang umiinit yung dalawang yan dyan. Especially Mendy right now, who really had tried to run circles around his mark.
Kung tama yung pagkakarinig ko from Coach Popoy Clarino, huwag tayong magabang ng offside. Yun ang mentality. Na hindi dapat tayo naghihintay ng offside. Kahit na alam nating mabibilis yung players, offside trap is not there to help you out.
You should. It goes to show na you should really play to the whistle.
Exactly. Cachuela sends it forward, but kaya nga nasabi mo, they have to play to the whistle. Wala pang whistle yung referee. He already cleared it out.
Sayang din naman daw yung extra seconds eh.
Alay mo, makaisa pa nga naman, ano? 30 seconds remaining in this game. Justin Baas. Babalik ang bola sa UP. Pero makukuha ulit ni Meliza.
UP still has something to fight for in this very game. If they can pull one back, that could be an advantage to them in the upcoming second leg.
But that is it. Referee John Mike Basinan calls time for this action-packed first leg of the quarterfinals between Kaya FC-Iloilo and the University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons. And heading into the second leg, Kaya holds on to a 3-goal advantage and possibly a foot towards the semifinals and their quest to bring that third Copa Paulino Alcantara title to Iloilo. Scorers of the match, Harvey Gayoso with 2 goals to his name, capped off with the third goal. I think that was
Robert Lopez.
Robert Lopez Mendy who scored the third goal for Kaya FC-Iloilo. But your thoughts on the entire match out here, Glenn?
Well, like what we've been trying to say earlier, we were kind of expecting that Kaya would have a field day here. But again, this is the same UP that gave Cebu a run for their money at home during the group stages. And it's the same resilience that we're seeing from UP right now. And that's exactly the kind of football that we want to see. We don't want to see the smaller teams or the lower teams being too scared to fight off the bigger teams and just crumble to their own pressure. In this case, it took the second goal right before they started feeling that pressure, but only 1 goal down. They were showing a lot of action. They were showing a lot of that willingness. They really want to get that goal. They've been trying to push the counter attack, and this was in spite of relentless ongoing attack from Kaya. They held on strong. They kept their composure. They kept the defense compact. But then after that second goal, that's where everything went down. And that's where Kaya really showed their fangs again, showing that when you give them something to pounce on, they will pounce on it. Especially with the number of shots right now, you can really see it.
Well, here's the first goal of the match for Kaya. Had it not been a mistake from the back line of UP, people will say it's going to be a different ball game heading into the second half. But Cachuela, what a goalkeeper he was for UP in this matchup against Kaya FC-Iloilo, producing massive saves after massive saves. You could see a lot of chances for Kaya. UP, on the other hand, had a couple of chances of their own, had a couple of shots on target, but nothing much to threaten the goal of Quincy Camerad. But on this sequence, we could also see Kaya really putting in the pressure on the goal mouth of Cachuela, and Cachuela always stepping up to the plate and making sure that he can get his hands to those ball coming in. But again, at the end of the day, the dominance, the sheer force and ruthlessness of Kaya FC-Iloilo prevailed in this matchup, giving them a 3-goal win heading into the second leg of this quarterfinal matchup. There has been a lot of action in this game. Daiso Horikoshi was in the thick of the action as well, producing passes that really making it past the defenders, making it difficult for UP to chase, making it difficult for UP to defend. And then with this one, Harvey Gayoso, we thought he could get the second goal there, but he was able to he was ushered out by defense. And that another one in the first half. Gaya nga ng sabi natin sa first half, anong sumpa yun nilagay ni Cachuela dun sa goal para hindi ma-score pa ng marami itong Kaya. Into the second half, Harvey Gayoso was able to produce the goal thanks to this delivery from Daiso Horikoshi. The bounce off of Cachuela, unfortunate it was, but as a poacher he is, Harvey Gayoso, scoring his brace in this sequence, and from then on, it was all for Kaya to take in this game.
Yeah, and it really had to be a dead ball situation to really get Kaya even further ahead. Yun nga, they were already, I'm pretty sure they were probably doubting themselves already when they started seeing shot after shot after shot being saved and not getting to where it's intended to be. So they that opportune moment where Harvey Gayoso had this loose ball in front of him, yeah, it really was unfortunate for UP, but it was really, really fortunate for Kaya.
But again, giving credit where it's due, UP holding Kaya FC-Iloilo, who rampaged their way to the knockout stages, scoring 40 goals of their own, holding them to just 3 goals in this game. Yes, they might not have scored in this game against Kaya, but the level of defense you gotta have against a side who's participating in the AFC Champions League, you know for a fact that they're not just gonna take it lightly. Every game is a huge game for Kaya because not only they want that third Copa Paulino Alcantara, they also want to make sure that they prepare themselves for bigger opportunities in the Champions League. As we take a look into the stats, full game stats out here, Glenn. Talk us through it.
Well, with the number of shots, of course, going towards the way of Kaya, you can definitely see that they have had so many opportunities to really put on and pound the goal. But like what we've been saying, Cachuela has been the key difference from a 3-0 game to a. This could have been a 7-0 game. It could have been one of their usual games from the group stage, but UP made sure, and I'm not just going to put the spotlight on Cachuela here, because the goalkeeper alone would really not be sufficient in this kind of attack. No, the defense held strong for quite a while. It's just that I think it could be a mixture of them, the confidence going away after the second goal, fitness issues. I mean, we're talking about professional players who have who plays full 90 minutes games for a living, so that could also be one of the biggest difference. But one of the things that I can see in this with that numbers is that there is an area, a good area for improvement.
So all of those stats are going to be put behind by Kaya FC-Iloilo and the University of the Philippines as they will head into the second leg of this quarterfinal matchup. Kaya FC winning 3-0 in this matchup. But stick around, folks. We have the second game of this quarterfinals between Stallion Laguna FC and Maharlika Manila FC here in this 2023 Copa Paulino Alcantara. We would like to thank you all for watching this game. This has been Jamer de la Cruz with my partner Glenn Casas saying good night to you all, and make sure to catch the second serving of this Friday doubleheader of your 2023 Copa Paulino Alcantara. Keep the legacy.